poured bleach on them before he
You
did
poured
that to
bleach
the
on
door.
Grandma and Grandpa?
Yeah.
Seemingly innocuous statement, but it actually contains a serious crime. Cassie Bjorge, a girl once considered gentle and quiet, made investigators question all assumptions. In that quiet house, the unexpected happened. Is it the result of psychological pressure, or was it a pre-existing choice? Cassie Bjorge, 17, lives with her grandparents in Lawrenceville after a rocky relationship with her parents. They were once a pillar of support, but their relationship quickly soured.
My grandma got really mad at me, and she was like saying like, oh, you know, if you don't like it here, you know, we're just gonna find somewhere else for you to stay.
To Cassie, Johnny is not just a boyfriend, but the only one who never turned his back on her.
Thank you. All right. There you go.
Where do I sit?
You can have a seat right here.
Okay.
Pull you in a little bit.
Excuse me. You understand all these rights?
Yeah.
Okay. You willing to talk about, I guess,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
Whatever you have to ask me.
And can I call you Cassie?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the nickname they give you?
Yeah.
Is that Cassie?
E.
The first sentence showed a cooperative attitude, but also the first sign of unusual calm.
I guess let's start from scratch about what happened, starting from when you ran away.
I didn't really run away. My grandma like kicked me out.
Okay.
Cause like this is what happened. Like I was chilling with Johnny and my other friends, and my grandma got really mad at me, and she was like saying like, oh, you know, if you don't like it here, you know, we're just gonna find somewhere else for you to stay.
She did not express any hurt feelings. Instead, there was complete indifference, suggesting that she had possibly dissociated from her family.
And before you did that, did you and Johnny meet up somewhere at a park or something
Yeah.
to talk about
We went
what's
to
going on?
He asked me, he was like, would you kill your grandparents? And I kind of like hesitated for a minute. And I was like, why? He knows probably everything that I've been through with all of my family. And he understands that, you know, like, all I really wanted to do was just kind of get away from everything, kind of just...
The first reaction is not denial, but consideration. The answer why shows that this is not a shock, but a proposal to be accepted.
We started out like with, you know, what time should we go to the house? How are we gonna do this? You know, like what you know, materials do we need to, you know, do this? Right behind my backyard, like the neighborhood park. So I was able to go through the park and then cut through my backyard. So you could easily like go through the trees, and then there was the little gate that you could go through. I didn't even think like you could even open it.
The shed is?
Yeah, we were just chilling by the shed.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw that the lights turned out, and then we just like stayed outside for a little bit longer just to, you know, wait. And then I already had the keys to my house because I already had a set of keys, so I was able to unlock the back door.
Careful preparation is a clear sign of planned behavior, premeditation, as opposed to impulsiveness.
And we went upstairs, and
Hold on, did you guys have anything in your hands, or you just...
yeah, I had what's it called? It's one of those car tool
Is it
things.
to do a tire, or
Yeah,
is it to
tire
fix
iron.
it?
And Johnny just used his fist, and he brought a black book bag. That we were also wearing gloves too.
What kind of gloves?
They were like
Hospital gloves,
yeah,
or regular...
hospital
Oh, okay.
gloves.
Describe the murder weapon as if listing the tools. This is a sign of detachment, the narrator's state of distancing himself from the consequences.
And I go into my grandma's room.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started hitting my grandma in the head.
So you took the tire iron, is it just...
I started just beating her head with it.
Okay.
The way she was laying was she was on her stomach, and her head was facing to the right. If you're looking at...
There was no sign of fear or confusion. Cassie could be in a state of dissociation.
She bit me.
I think I took a picture of that yesterday, right?
Yeah, she bit me in my finger too, but I forgot which finger It was on my right hand.
Where did she bite you that night? On your finger?
Yeah.
Anywhere else?
On my arm,
Okay.
where they took the picture of it.
A defensive behavior is described as a routine. It is likely that Cassie has normalized physical conflict in the family.
And then, what about anything on her head or neck, or did you?
Yeah, we kind of like wrapped the duct tape around her head. Or just kind of.
And you said her ankles too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Johnny helped you tie her up?
Yeah, I mean, I mostly did it, but I needed like a little bit of help because then he went back into my grandpa's room and Johnny asked me to go get some knives. So I got some knives from downstairs in the kitchen, and then that's when he started like stabbing my grandpa, because then I went back upstairs.
The detail in the narrative, but without any sign of distress. There is a palpable element of dissociation, a state of separation from emotional reality.
Then we left, and then we came back to the house.
When you guys left, where'd you guys go to?
We went over to like Kroger or Publix to go get something to eat, and then we went back to the house. So we just kind of like chilled there.
Were you in Johnny's car when you guys left, or?
No, we took my grandpa's car.
Okay.
And then you guys went back to the house, and then did you do anything to the doors, or?
Johnny did. He glued the doors. He did that.
Okay. And was the point of that is what? Just.
He just did that. He just decided to do that. He didn't tell me. I just watched him.
This is the ultimate manifestation of compartmentalization. Serious behavior is put aside as if it never happened.
So you guys basically stayed in town after your grandparents because the plan was then to kill Johnny's family and maybe get some more money?
Yes.
Okay.
We were really like planning on like what time. We were just kind of like just going how it went, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing how it would go, and then it just kind of went like really downhill from there.
Anything? Did you do anything with the windows, or you just kind of were chilling out there?
We was
And
just kind of just chilling there.
Were you waiting on them to get home?
Yeah.
Like that was the plan?
Yeah.
did you? Was there like ever a snapping point, or? I mean, do you feel bad about what happened?
I mean, I feel terrible. I mean, I feel like the worst person on the planet. I feel heartbroken. There was so much stuff going on between me and my grandparents already. Like I couldn't handle it anymore. But I just wanted to get away from all of that, you know, like I was so tired of dealing with my family. It felt like I didn't even have a family.
The regret was not accompanied by any emotion, nor were there any tears. The reason she gave, wanting to escape, was a personal motive, not a sin.
So
I even poured bleach on them before he
you
did
poured
that to
bleach
the
on
door.
Grandma and Grandpa?
Yeah.
And then did you do anything to the doors, or?
Johnny did. He glued the doors.
Okay.
He went in my garage and found the, what's it called? The
Back straight, not crouched. Not in a defensive state. Eyes looking straight ahead, not moving quickly. Not afraid of being caught. Hands placed on thighs, not scratching, not twisting shirt flaps. No nervous tension in the body. This is the body language of someone who has resolved an internal conflict, not out of remorse, but because the feeling of wrongdoing has been extinguished. When mentioning bleach, Cassie tilts her head slightly, a sign of language that tells of habit, not trauma. No head support, hand squeeze, shoulder squeeze. No stress. Face is smooth. No micro-expression when mentioning the bodies of her grandparents. Cassie categorized her grandparents not as people, but as logistics problems.
I mean, I told my friends that my grandparents went on a vacation for like 2 weeks.
When saying vacation, the corners of the mouth are slightly raised, not really smiling, an expression of maintaining a social mask. No downward glance or lowered eyes when mentioning lying. No sign of guilt awareness. Cassie doesn't pretend not to know it's wrong. She just stops defining it as wrong.
Then we left, and then we came back to the house.
When you guys left, where'd you guys go to?
We went over to like Kroger or Publix to go get something to eat, and then we went back to the house, and we just kind of like chilled there.
When talking about going out to eat after the murder, Cassie exhaled lightly through her nose, did not purse her lips, no emotional self-control. Hands remained in place, legs did not waver, no post-action stress. This is a psychological pattern characteristic of desensitized behavior, when the perpetrator has numbed his or her feelings to moral consequences. Cassie didn't cry. She didn't duck. She didn't cover her mouth when she spoke. The most dangerous thing, it wasn't that she did it. It wasn't that she didn't run away. It was that she lived with 2 corpses for 6 days, calmly welcomed friends over, and still slept right on the floor where the bodies were decomposing. She didn't just take lives. She erased the lines between morality and convenience.
You're telling us 100% it was just you and Johnny?
Yeah, it was just me and Johnny.
Nobody else was involved?
No one else was involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was only you and Johnny that planned to kill Grandma and Grandpa?
Yeah.
It was only you and Johnny that planned to kill his family?
Yes.
It was only you and Johnny that decided not to kill your mom and dad?
Yes.
Okay.
Cassie confessed everything. No one forced her. No one set her up. She told me everything, almost voluntarily. The 2 were arrested after trying to kill themselves with pills. Police found them in an apartment, next to blood, a knife, and the victim's phone. Cassie Bjorge was sentenced to life in prison without parole for 2 counts of first-degree murder. Her boyfriend, Johnny Ryder, received the same sentence. She said, "I just want to get away from it all." But the price she paid was losing everything. This is not just a story about a murder. It is the process of a normal teenager losing his humanity completely, and no one can stop it.